Alright. Alright. Looks like I should finally tell this story, huh? Well, sit back, guys. Sit back, relax. Get something to drink. Get some popcorn. Because I'm about to tell you a story. That story, technically, the timeline still technically exists. I sought to that. But if you want to understand what what I'm trying to say, well, a lot of you want to know how technically do I know science? Did I fall down, go into the underground? Did I try to climb out Ebot? Did I? Well, well, let me explain. When I explained, I think I didn't tell this part of my story to people, but you need to know. Well, technically, this was one of the. Actually, technically, it's the earliest part of my timeline. You know that part where I say I turned into stone like all the other Discords before me? Originally, I actually fell from Palutena's domain. So far, in fact, I actually did fall. I landed in the underground through the mountain. I still don't know that. But technically, I was found by a little. I was found by a little papyrus. Well, I was found by a little. I was found by a little. I was found by a little papyrus. Now, technically, I'm not technically human, so I wasn't the first human to fall down there. That. Ugh, I can't believe I'm saying. I can't believe I'm just gonna admit the charge related to me. And Chara, who was technically my niece, but I'm not going to fucking say it. I just said it to you guys so you know. Ugh, I have a fucked up family tree. But, anyways, getting to the good stuff. So, this. Well, actually, it wasn't really Little Purse that found me, it was Sans that found me. He, he asked me what I was doing here, why did I fall down? See, around that point, I still have my chaos powers, but amnesia. I did fall head first. So, yeah. For a while. So, yeah. Sans and Papyrus and Gaster invited me into their home, where I would be the guy that clean. I would actually be the guy that kind of helps them out. Even, even I found out I had a knack for science, which maybe uh, Dr. Gaster's lab assistant for a time. That then I became because I didn't. My name wasn't really Bugsy back in those days. I called myself Chaos because that was the only thing. That was the only name I could. That's the only word I could remember. So I preferred myself to be called Chaos. So yeah, you know, the core, depending on which timeline you're looking at, was created by Gaster. But in the timeline I'm talking about, it was created by me, Gaster, and Sans. Yes, Sans, and Gaster were scientists at one point. A lot of you probably already know I was involved in determination experiments. But before that, like I would say, a little after Gaster fell into the core, a little after Gaster fell into the core, I decided to actually go up to Asgore and see if I could join the Royal Guard. Now, this is before the determination experiments. I'll tell you why. I trained Undyne, which at that point we were like the same age. Because, well, actually, yeah, we kind of were, which was weird. So yeah, took Undyne under my wing. I'll tell you about the Undyne stuff a little bit later, on a later date. But, okay. Originally, I was a bodyguard for Asriel. Asriel, as a kid, he was the most happiest. He was the most happiest kid you could lay your eyes on. He cried a bit, but he was the most happiest kid you could ever find. He was the most happiest kid you could ever meet. Then Chara fell down, and yes, things did go to hell. Literally. About 5 times. I ain't gonna talk about the 5 times because I'm only just gonna talk about the original timeline. So basically, you know the story. Char dies. Asriel absorbs his soul. Asriel takes Char back to the village. The villagers freaking kill Asriel. He comes back. Toriel and Asgore lose 2 kids on that night. But on that night, that horrible, horrible night, I decided since Asgore was working on determination, I decided to help. As a person, as a monster. I mean, technically, I could be classified as a monster, but I don't think I ever was one. But let me explain. My determination, since I have a buttload of it, I thought my determination would be enough because technically I'm not human. So I assumed that my determination could bring the dead back. A whole bunch of horrible mistakes ensued. People would ask, where are their relatives? In the timeline you see in Undertale, Alphys was the one that did this. Alphys was the one that did the experiments, but originally, it was me. It was me. In my timeline, it was me. And I wasn't really, I wasn't like depressed to the point where I was ready to myself. But I was at the end of my rope. Flowey's creation was the result of me and Alphys trying to see if determination works on inanimate objects. Little did we know, Asriel's ashes were on these flowers, thus creating flowers. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that you guys don't know. Not only Flowey's ashes not only Asriel's ashes were in there, but the little murderous pieces of Chara was also in there. Ergo, why Flowey is the way he is. A lot of people ask, why do you have Flowey in your videos? Why do you have him? Because in a sense, Flowey is technically, to put it bluntly, my mistake, my sin, so to speak. Because if I wasn't trying to if I wasn't trying to fuck with determination, if I wasn't trying to use it on these flowers, flower would have never got created. Ergo, hold on, folks. I'm actually kind of glad I'm taking a break because I don't want to remember this any further, and trust me, it gets sadder. It gets sadder. Let me explain a little something about determination. Now, now, the whole thing is that human souls. So human souls. You need human souls to break the barrier. Human souls have determination. And, the thing is, I worked for Asgore. Asgore and I wanted one thing. We wanted to leave the underground. We wanted we wanted to help the people of the underground leave the underground. See, the only real reason we actually knew how to remove the barrier, because there was a book saying we need we need we need human souls to break the barrier. Six to be, I think six or I think 6 or 7. Actually, 7. It was 7. So yeah. Now, what we did to get those souls. Now, Undyne knew that humans were bad. I knew that most humans are bad. Some are good. Asgore knew this as well. But, peeps, given the choice that we had no other options. We had no other options. So, we need the souls. And these are souls of basically, I would say, basically, well, Excuse me, other me. I may have to break the fourth wall for a minute. Dude, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can it wait? No, because a lot of people are going to think that, oh, is this story somewhat true? Undertale, man. Canon. Boom. I'm out of here. Well, my other self wanted to just say that so you guys don't get confused. But, anyways. So, yeah. We had 6. All we needed now was the 7th human song. And yeah, there's stuff I did in the war that I'm not particularly proud of, so I'm not going to talk about that here. So, But but that's when the weird stuff started to happen. That's when we met Frisk. But the first time we met Frisk, that's where you guys will kind of understand. That's where the genocide run really comes from. Because this version of Frisk was bred to believe that all monsters were evil. So yeah, killing us, and that's what brought Chara back. But here's the thing. Since that's why me and Sans are always at. That's why Sans is always at the Judgment Hall to fight Chara if anything goes wrong. Pretty much we both fought Chara a million times, guys, and it always ended the same. Me and Sans being defeated, everything being reset. Now, if you have a stronger urge, you can actually reset. But I think it's me and Sans having determination and being strong enough to actually reset before Chara could do anything. But the last fight that me and Chara and Sans had, he she knew that I was strong. That me and Sans were strong enough to beat her. So using Flowey, they willed me out of my out of that timeline. Then you basically know how the rest of my story goes. And here I am. I'll tell you one thing though. When Gaster fell to the core, he let go willingly because when he fell, I actually was there. I grabbed onto his hand as hard as I could. I was slipping. I was about to fall on the core too. Now, you need to understand. When I was down there, I was they Sans, Papyrus, Gaster, they treated me like family. So I was like, Gaster, I can pull you up. I can pull you up. Just come on. Yeah, I was lying through my teeth because I know I was slipping. I really thought I could do it. Gaster looked at me and said, Chaos, son, let me go. It's I said, I can't do that, Gaster. I can't. I don't know what's gonna happen to you if I do. He said, I don't want you to drop down too. Papyrus and Sans need you. They at least need you. So let me go. I should let myself go. He let go. I will never unsee that from my mind. The fall, the scream. Normal monsters couldn't hear it, but I could hear it clearly. So very clearly and so very vividly, you guys have no idea. Oh man. That's why even then I didn't hang around the hotlands too much. Now, what happened when I got pushed out of the timeline? I forgot everything. So yeah, again, started with amnesia, got amnesia back. When playing Undertale, got it all back, and various other things happened along the way whilst I was playing Undertale. Such as my memories, the password me and Sans used, the fact that I used to help Papyrus with puzzles, a whole bunch of things kept flooded back in my mind. The only things I want to forget are the determination experiments and what I had to do to get those souls. Because yeah, Undyne did too, but so did I. I talk to Asgore and everybody else frequently every now and again. And it feels good to have a channel and to talk to Sans whenever I freaking feel like it. But I can never forget what I did. What's worse, and the whole thing that makes this whole, the whole fact that I was even a part of those experiments even worse, is that when I was pushed out of the timeline, it's like it switched from me to have Alphys actually have the experience and the blame and the internal struggle of being part of those determination experiments. A fate I wouldn't wish on anybody. It's a horrifying sight. See, it's a horrifying sight seeing your kind melt. It's a horrifying sight. I hope, other than playing Undertale, I hope you never see that shit for real. I hope you never see it. But kids, I guess that's enough for me. Tune in. I don't know, next time when I actually talk a little bit about Asgore, Undyne, Toriel, and me, Sands of Papyrus. This is only part one of this little mini series of mine. You guys wanna know a little bit more? You guys want backstory? Well, I'll give you backstory. I'll give you so much backstory you'll be sick of it. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll go like, "What the fuck, Bugsy?" I just wanted to tell you more of the gruesome, grueling stuff before I get into the positives. I guess it. I guess I wanted to talk about it because shit. If you had vivid memories like I did, you'd want to talk about it. But hey, this is the first part of Bugsy Tale. See you soon. Or Chaos Tale. Again, yeah, Chaos Tale. I'll call that Chaos Tale. Nice. Alright, see you guys later.